PSCBയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് കേരള PSC ഫുഡ് ഇൻസ്പെക്ടർ എക്സാമിൻ്റെ കുറച്ച് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ് പരിചയപ്പെടാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ആദ്യമായി മൈക്രോസ്കോപ്പി എന്ന ടോപ്പിക്കിലെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. ഹൂ ഈസ് ദ ഫാദർ ഓഫ് മൈക്രോസ്കോപ്പി? ഓപ്ഷൻസ്: ലൂയിസ് പാസ്റ്റർ, ആന്റണി വോൺ ലീവൻഹുക്ക്, ജോസഫ് ലിസ്റ്റർ. ഉത്തരം: ആന്റണി വോൺ ലീവൻഹുക്ക്. Who was first observed bacteria? Paul Ehrlich, Antony von Leeuwenhoek, Alexander Fleming. ഉത്തരം: Antony von Leeuwenhoek. Which part of the compound microscope helps in gathering and focusing light rays on the specimen to be viewed? Condenser lens. What is the minimum distance for the eye to focus any object? 25 cm. The greatest resolution in light microscopy can be obtained with dash. Shortest wavelength of visible light used and an objective with the maximum numerical aperture. Oil immersion objective lens has a numerical aperture value of dash. 1.33. In fluorescence microscopy, which of the following performs the function of removing all light except the blue light? Excitofilter. Total magnification is obtained by dash. Magnifying power of both the objective lens and eyepiece. In light microscopy, which of the following is used as fixatives prior to staining technique? Heat. In phase contrast microscopy, the rate at which light enters through object is dash. Inversely proportional to their refractive indices. Which part of the light microscope controls the intensity of light entering the viewing area? Diaphragm. What would you see using a dark field microscope on bacteria that transmit light without reflecting it into the objective lens? Bright bacteria on a bright background. How does ultraviolet light microscopy use fluorescence to make images? Objects absorb invisible ultraviolet light and emit visible light to make images. If you wish to change an immunofluorescence stain so it stains a different type of microorganism than it did it before, what would you do? Use a different type of antibody. Scanning electron microscopy is most often used to reveal dash. Internal structures. If you were given a specimen of an active motile microorganism, which of the following types of microscopy would be the most effective in visualizing the live microbe? Phase contrast microscopy. The instrument that produces a bright image of the specimen against a dark background is called a microscope. A dark field microscope. A microscope that exposes specimens to ultraviolet and forms an image with the resulting light emitted at a different wavelength is called a dash microscope, a fluorescence microscope. Which of the microscopes below forms images in visible light? B and C, അതായത് dark field microscope and fluorescence microscope. What do phase contrast and dark field microscopes have in common? They increase contrast between the specimens and their surroundings without staining. Which of the microscopes below is usually good for use on unstained specimens? Phase contrast microscope. Why do oil immersion objectives have higher numerical apertures than dry or non-oil lenses? A and B. That is, they are used closer to the specimen, therefore their lenses intercept light at angles dry lenses would miss. And B, the oil used with the lenses prevents light from being refracted away from the objectives, as does occur with the dry lenses. Why does using a blue filter increase the resolution of a visible light microscope? It only transmits the shortest wavelength of visible light. Which type of visible light gives the best resolution in the light microscope? Blue color. If a microscope is parfocal, why don't you have to do when switching from one objective lens to another? Focus the objective lens after you have switched. All of the following microorganisms can be observed with the bright field microscope except dash. Viruses. Which microscope lens does not magnify the image formed? Condenser lens. If the minimum image size of the human eye can detect is 0.1 millimeter, what is the minimum magnification needed to make an object measuring 1 micrometer visible? Answer: 100x. If the total magnification of the microscope is 2000x with the use of a 10x ocular lens, what is the magnification of the objective lens? 200x. Which of the following is visible with the naked eye, unassisted by magnification? An antibody. What is the total magnification of a 10x ocular lens and a 45x objective lens? 450x.